Journal Record editor Ted Struley joins us to discuss other stories making news in business this week. Ted, thanks for being with us.
Glad to be here.
Well, we hear growth seems to be slowing in Oklahoma's metropolitan areas. What are you seeing?
Well, we saw a report this week that suggested that both metropolitan gross product and employment estimates were dropping, although Oklahoma generally recovered faster than most of the country after the 2008 recession. It's catching up with us a little bit now. So for 2017, employment growth estimates for Oklahoma City had slowed to about 1.5%, about 1.4% in Tulsa, and just 0.7% in Lawton.
All right, well, the developer of some Oklahoma City hotels is filing for bankruptcy. What's the story there?
Well, this is John Q. Hammonds Hotels. Mr. Hammonds died fairly recently, and so there's been a lot of legal turmoil since his death. They say that this particular bankruptcy is really meant to slow some pending lawsuits. Hammonds has 3 hotels in downtown Oklahoma City. He also manages the Renaissance in Tulsa.
Well, we understand there's a new lodge set to open soon in what's being called Oklahoma's Yellowstone. Can you tell us about that?
Well, I can. This is at Lake Murray. It's set to open in February 2017. There are 2 new buildings that will combine to have about 24 rooms. There's also going to be a restaurant and a 4,400 square foot ballroom that can hold up to 600 people. So really create a destination place for conferences, reunions, things like that.
That's wonderful, and Lake Murray is beautiful.
Yes.
Well, the Caddo Nation is still locked in a fight over another tribe's history center. What's the latest on that?
Well, this is happening down in Anadarko, where the Wichita and affiliated tribes are building a history museum. The Caddos say that there may be human remains under the construction site. That hasn't found favor with the courts. They've lost an appeal now with the 10th Circuit, so we'll see if they have any other potential remedies.
And there's a dispute in the probate case of Aubrey McClendon. Can you bring us up to date?
Well, Wilmington Trust says that the estate owes more than $500 million in unsecured debt. And because of that, they would like the right to have a say and to examine any sale of assets worth more than $1 million. So that could affect everything from real estate holdings to his interest in the Oklahoma City Thunder basketball team. The court hasn't yet ruled on that request.
All right, and finally, what are you working on for next week, Ted?
We're doing a series taking a close look at how the budget cuts from the legislature are affecting state agencies and how they're going to affect specific projects. We have an in-depth story next week on how those cuts are going to affect some projects from the Department of Environmental Quality.
Okay, Ted Struley with the Journal Record. Thank you for being with us.
My pleasure.